Shalom. I want to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Chodash. Double honors to my teachers, the apostles, and elders, agree most on, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening, pushing forward this word with truth and sincerity, and your few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp GMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. And we are called in this to work, okay? The Lord called us to labor, okay? You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's start with this. Harvest, plenteous. Oops. Bear with me. Harvest. Okay, let's start with this in Matthew 9 and verse 39. And verse 37, it says, Then saith he unto his disciples, The harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. Right? Okay, there's a lot of harvesting to be done. Okay, but what? The laborers are few. That's why, like I stated, we're calling this to work, man. Okay, because Yahushua is going to further expound right here, verse 38. It says, Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Right? So the Lord is asking for more laborers. Okay? So what? For the harvesting to be done, because, we have to preach unto the wind in order for the elect to receive this word, man. That's the harvesting, man. Us, going out there prophesying and harvesting the elect. Because what? It says, faith cometh by hearing. You know what I'm saying? Because the elect has to hear this for that faith to be activated within them. Because it's already within them. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It says the fear of the Lord was created with the faithful in the womb. Right? Let's get this too. By hearing. Bear with me. It says faith cometh by hearing. There we go. Romans 10 and verse 13, it says, So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. You see that? So the elect has to hear in order for what? That faith to be activated. Because once again, faith or the fear of the Lord was created in the womb with us, man. So there's prophesying that needs to be done. There's lessons that need to be made. Okay? Because once again, like we read, the harvest is plenteous, but what? The laborers are few. Okay? You know what I'm saying? There needs to be more brothers out there prophesying. Right? Like Moses said, I would that all thy people were prophets. Okay? But let's get this. And Sirach 50. Is it 50? Yeah, 51. And verse 30 says, Work your work betimes, and in his time he will give you your reward. So we have to work our work, what? Betimes, early. Okay? Well, matter of fact, let's get the definition of betimes right here and the etymology, because there's a key definition that's going to point out the betimes, right? Etymology says at an early period. Okay, seasonable before it's too late. So we have to work our work before it's too late, man. Okay, before we have no more access to upload videos, go live on YouTube. Hey, now is the time. Work your work betimes, man, early while it's season. Because like it says in the scriptures, the night cometh while no man is going to be able to work, man. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Especially here in Canada with the Bill C9, which should take an effect within a few days. Okay? 11 days. It's July 18 that is going to take effect. So how much more we need to work and, you know what I'm saying, produce lessons and things of that nature, man. To prophesy. We must prophesy. We have to make these lessons. Matter of fact, before we get this, I want to get this as well in Amos, the 3rd chapter. In verse 8, it says, The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord hath spoken, who can but prophesy? That's it, man. The Lord hath spoken. What can we do? Prophesy. Prophesy before it's too late. Like we read the definition of betimes. We have to prophesy betimes before it's too late, man. While it is seasonable, because we are in that seasonable period. where we have access to the internet and we have a phone. You know what I'm saying? You could go live anywhere. Okay? Walk and talk. So you could be in your house making a lesson. Now it's the time, man. Okay? What does it say in the book of Daniel? In these last days, what? Knowledge shall be increased. So this word has to be brought out, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Because the Lord did say, well, we're going to get the night cometh when no man shall work, but, precepts are coming to mind, so I must get them before, you know what I'm saying? This is Deuteronomy 32. That's how the Spirit works, man, you know what I'm saying? But Deuteronomy 32 and verse 2, it says, my doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew. See, the Lord says he's going to drop his doctrine like as the rain. So that means what? Hey, brother is going to be flooding the mainstream, not in the mainstream, but, the internet or the YouTube with lessons, man. That's part of what the Lord's doctrine dropping as rain, man. Okay, part of his speech, what? Distilling as the dew, because he has to saturate the earth. I think there's another one as well in Habakkuk. We're going to get that one after this too. It says, as the small rain upon the tender herb and as the showers upon the grass. You see, so this doctrine has to saturate the whole earth, man. Oh, Matthew 24 speaks about that. We're going to get the one in Habakkuk too. Okay? This is Matthew 24 in verse 14. It says, in this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. You see, in order for the end to come, this gospel of the kingdom, which is this truth that we have, the doctrine that we're currently preaching, that was given unto us by the elders and apostles from GMS. You know what I'm saying? That's the true doctrine. That's the gospel that's supposed to be preached throughout the whole ends of the world for the end to come. Okay, and we're seeing this being fulfilled because there's brothers across the globe that's doing the same thing that I'm doing, the same thing that the apostles are doing lessons, doing their highways and hedges, doing their camps. You know what I'm saying? Making sure, hey, the word goes out, man. Because once again, hey, the word of the Lord is going to be fulfilled, man. He said what? His doctrine is going to drop as the rain, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's hearing of this. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's how it was worded in Habakkuk. Knowledge of the Lord. Knowledge. I was trying to find the wording for the one in Habakkuk. Cover. What? I think it says knowledge. Let's put knowledge in earth. There we go. Yep. This is Habakkuk 2 and verse 14. It says, the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. So this has to be fulfilled. And part of it being fulfilled is what? His mouthpiece, which are us, the prophets, to go out there and preach the word, man. So people are hip or accustomed to knowing our power, which eventually they're going to know the Lord via what? The judgments that he's going to execute, because that's what it says in Psalms. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. But before then, he has to be introduced. Okay? Because trust me, the people that came across your videos or came across your camp that asked a few questions, but it wasn't for them, they kept on walking. When judgment starts happening, they're going to remember which power is bringing this, man, because we told them. You know what I'm saying? So see how that we play a key role in, pushing forth this word, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to take your role as being a prophet, a man of the Lord, his mouthpiece. You have to take it serious, man. Okay, and once the Spirit's on you to preach, you know what I'm saying, to make a lesson, you get to it, bro. Okay? You hide not thy wisdom in her beauty, man. It's in Sirach 4. It's in Sirach 4. Bear with me. Yep, and this is Sirach 4 and verse 23. It says, and refrain not to speak when there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty. See, do not hide your wisdom in her beauty, man. Let your wisdom show forth. Preach, man. Prophesy. There's work that needs to be done. There's sheep that needs to be fed. The Lord told Peter, if you love me, what? Feed my sheep, man. Okay, so if you're claiming that you love the Lord, and here it is, you're not producing, you're not showing forth love by what? Working. Hey, the Lord's going to do away with you, man. You're taking up space. And if you truly fear the Lord, man, hey, you're going to understand and you'll get to it. Okay? Man, there was another precept that came to mind. It just escaped me, bro. That's why I try to get the precepts as soon as possible when it comes into my mind. Oh, yeah, better. It came back. Full. It came back to me. Came back. Hold on. There we go. Sirach 20 and verse 31. It says, better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. You see? And you ain't a fool. You got this wisdom, this heavenly wisdom, man. So why are you hiding it? You know, why are you quenching the spirit? Making excuses? You know, putting worldly affairs above the Lord. Well, here it is. There's a lesson to be made. Okay? As I'm preaching this, I speak to myself too. You know, because things do happen to where that you may put the Lord aside, but you can't be doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? You always got to make sure whatever that you're going through, hey, you're doing the work, man. Okay, of course, certain things happen where it's out of your hand, but it can be like become a routine. Okay? You always got to make sure the word gets pushed, man. You know what I mean? This 32 part, let me see. Yeah, that was the point I want to get on that. And I also want to get this one too, because this one has been recently being brought out a lot. Okay? Because Jake tends to make excuses because, you know, shit's happening in their life, and then they put the Lord aside and they forget to do the work, man. Okay? Which we can't be doing that. All right? 2 Timothy 2, because we have examples. We have the prophets as examples. I'm going to read an example of Apostle Paul and what he stated. Okay, let's read it, man. This is 2 Timothy. You know what? Let's get it in the blue letter because I might want to get it too in the NLT. 2 Timothy 2 and 9. Okay, 2 Timothy 2 and verse 9, it says, wherein I suffer trouble, even as an evildoer, even unto bonds, but the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is not bound. You see that? So Paul was going through shit. You know what I'm saying? And he listed the things that he went through. Regardless, he was still doing the work, man. You know, it's in the book of Romans, I forgot which chapter, but he speaks about how that he suffered shipwreck, got beaten with the stripes of men twice. You know what I'm saying? Okay? But yet, he was still doing the work. He didn't put the Lord aside. Oh, yo, this is too much, bro. No, he was still traveling, making sure this gospel is preached, man, unto the Gentiles, the unnatural Gentiles, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he did call himself apostle of the Gentiles, because that's the chosen vessel that the Lord did take, you know, to preach unto the Israelite foreigners. Okay, but at this point in time, he was put in prison, but he was the word is not bound. Hey, I could still write letters and send it to these churches, because there were certain things he was hearing of different problems that these churches were having. Corinth, the Church of Rome, Philippians, so on and so forth. These are letters that the Apostle Paul sent, right? And he was still writing letters, even in jail. You know what I'm saying? Sending it. Because even this what we're reading, he wrote that when he was locked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it still was sent to Timothy. All right? So what excuse do you have? Oh, yeah, I don't feel good, man. You know, I can't make a lesson right now. That's Satan demotivating you, you know what I'm saying, to make a lesson. Okay? And that's how shit, it's not only you that Satan's attacking. Hey, Satan's attacking all of us, man. Okay, but you got to put up a fight and resist the devil and get to it, man. And you're going to feel better afterwards, man. Okay? I'm saying this from experience. Okay? Because, hey, we have times we don't feel like doing it, but, hey, you conjure up the spirit, boom, the spirit starts supping with you, then, hey, the lesson becomes edifying, man. You know what I'm saying? Even as you're making the lesson, you're edifying yourself. Right? Okay? Because that's what we're called to do, man, to work, man. Okay, you're gonna feel out of place if you don't do your role, your duty, man. There's a reason why you feel the way that you feel, because what, you ain't doing the work. Okay, well, let's read it in the NLT, 2 Timothy 2 and verse 9 NLT. It says, and because I preach this good news, I am suffering and have been chained like a criminal. Right, he was put in prison. Okay, because of preaching the word. Right, but But the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai cannot be chained, man. You cannot be chained. Even he was locked up, he was preaching, man. I love this scripture right here, man. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite scripts. Because it shows you there ain't no excuse, bro. Okay? We're in a seasonable time right now. What fucking excuse you got? Okay, you got brothers that are sick, they're still doing their lessons. Brothers that, you know what I'm saying, shit's happening in their life, they're still making sure lessons being brought out, man. But because you don't feel like it. Get out your feelings, bro. We're men. You brush your feelings aside and then you do the work, bro. Hey, man, shit. Jake, you know what I'm saying? Jake is willing to go to work for Esau, but yet for the Lord, to putting the Lord aside, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on now. Right? There's days that you don't feel like going into the plantation, but what? You still go. Don't you? Because you got bills to pay and whatnot. So how much more the Lord, man? And it's the Lord that gave you that job. Right? You don't feel like going to work, you still go to work. The same way, you don't feel like making a lesson, you still do it. You still do it, man. Okay? Because that's just saying, man. Putting you in the state of, I don't feel like doing it. This tired, blah, 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 blah. You gotta rebuke that spirit, man, and get to it, bro. Okay? Okay, now let's get the one in John that we're gonna get earlier. The spirit was flowing, so we have to get those precepts. You know what I mean? Cometh. This is John 9 and verse 4. To the point, it says, I must work the work of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. Yeah, and we clearly see the night coming, man. Once again, here in Canada, that Bill C9 is going to be in effective July 18. Yeah, I mean, which is prophesied about famine of the word coming, bro. This famine of the word will come. Okay, so now it's day. We got to work, bro. We got to work. We got to be a nuisance unto Esau, bro. Because this truth, he doesn't like it. Right? It says what? A dreadful sound is in his ear, man. You got to be part of that dreadful sound, man. Here it is, he ain't making no noise. No noise, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? You better be a profitable servant unto the Lord, man. Because if you're not profitable, the Lord will cast you out, man. Remember the parable of the fig tree. Right? When the Lord came and saw fruit there and there was no fruit, he cursed it. Matter of fact, we're going to close with that, man. Okay? Yeah, this is Matthew 21 and verse 19 and verse 18. Okay? Now in the morning as he hungered, Salakia, I'm jumping the gun. Now in the morning as he returned into the city, he hungered. This is referring to our Lord Yahushai, right? And when he saw a fig tree in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever. And presently the fig tree withereth away. You see, and the fig tree could be is representing you. Right here it is. The Lord comes on your channel. No lessons. It's been weeks has gone by. You know what I'm saying? No fruit. What do you think the Lord is gonna do, man? He's gonna do you like this fig tree. Okay? Comes and only found leaves. There's no fruit. Fruit that's been there in a long time. It's already rotten now. You know what I'm saying? Right? Because real fruit, they expire. You know what I'm saying? If you get real fruit, if you get some fruit that's been here, a month goes by, it still looks the same. I don't know, man. That's GMO, my guy. Okay? Especially a banana. If a banana is still there 1 month, it hasn't turned brown or nothing, I don't think that's a banana. Okay? Because bananas, you get some up there a week or so, it starts to, being brown. Right? Well, with any fruit, real fruit, if you keep it for a long time, 2 weeks max, it's supposed to already start to rotten. Okay? Because food deteriorates. Right? Real food. If it doesn't, then that's not real food, man. That's some GMO preservative shit that when you put it in your body, it's going to stay there and then not digest properly, man. Okay, but anyways, yeah, man, the Lord is looking for your most recent works. Okay, not the old ones. Okay, but hey, Lord, I did a lesson a month ago. Nah, man, the Lord is going to say, depart from you. Depart from me, I don't know you. You that work iniquity, man. Okay? So, get to it, man. Work your work, Betimes, man. Before it's too late, like we read in the definition, man. Okay? But anyways, I'm going to close it off there. Making all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Dash. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm going to say,